Ryan here. Quick summary today. I'm going to walk around a motorbike I used to own and tell you a bit about it. A few years I used to run a Fazer 1000 2002, one of the last of the carb model bikes, and I took it up to I think 70,000 miles, and in that time I looked after it beautifully. I'll put some pictures in here so you can see quite how nice a conditioned bike I had that, and I want to show you how it looks now. This is an absolute hound. Pretty much every panel has been battered beyond belief. Dropped. The infills have had to be deleted because the subframe is bent for the front fairing. In the time I put a new cylinder head on it, so it's actually quite tidy in there, like new exhaust studs, new downpipes from Black Widow. But other than that, he hasn't done a thing to it other than put fresh tyres on it, or second-hand tyres, and ride the granny out of it. So I was interested to see how many miles this bike would get before it died, and recently, as in on the drive to work today, it died. So let's just see, the data tool still works, which is remarkable for something I've never had the batteries changed. Classic Yamaha wiggle, lean it back, that's the key. Let's see, it's at 87,967 miles on a 2002 Fazer 1000 engine, bottom end. If you have a look around here at the oil, you'll see it's absolutely full of coolant, and it has been for about a month or so. But problems itself, so see a friend of mine coming over. This bike, so I'll start it on this side, has got a rogered so it's running on a few, really roughly. Coolant pisses out whenever you raise the revs, and it's about as knocky as they come, and the engine oil is full of mayonnaise. It's about the end of a bike's life. You could throw money at it, but it would be the black hole financially. At the end of my summary, this bike meant a lot to me. It was one of the first bike I did sort of silly speeds on and learned how to ride a bike properly on, and I did all my training courses on it, the IAM and the I2I and all the advanced stuff. And they're fantastic beasts, and they do go on pretty well. This one's testament to that. So if you're thinking of buying a used bike that just goes on until 90,000 miles, buy one of these. This is fixable. I could get this really nice for about 400 or 500 quid, but I'm not going to, because life isn't long enough to waste your time on such projects. Maxton rear shock in there, by the way, full kit. Yeah, this was a sorted bike once upon a time, but alas, yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Again, YouTube, I know I've just I've given a little outro of a previous video, but I'm going to stitch this one to the front of it. So back on the Yamaha Fazer 1000, my colleague who had one has bought another one that's a lot nicer, so I'm going to give you a quick walk around of his new Fazer 1000. Without further ado, this is it. So it's a slightly later bike. My one was 52 plate, this is an 05, so it's got the black frame and it's pretty much exactly the same other than that. It's got about 30,000 miles, so it's not completely fresh. It's had the engine repainted, so it looks a bit better than it is, but paint wise it's pretty flawless. I'm still not entirely sure if this is original or if that should say Yamaha, I think, but I could be wrong. A few other standout features on it: it's got freshly rebuilt calipers. You can tell from the cleanness of the back of the springs and the pins, they're all mint. It's a titanium caliper bolts and brake disc bolts, which I love because titanium does enlarge the genital area in all males. It's completely standard, like the exhaust has never been off, the studs are nice and corroded in. You still got the pair valve air system on top, which does fuck all other than make it harder to change the plugs. The radiator's been painted not very well, and the exit valve, one of the cables is snapped. So they're the downsides. Other than that, it rides flawlessly as it should. Doesn't smoke or pop or bang. Just a lovely stock original Fazer 1000. In summary, nice and clean wheels, lovely fresh tyres. Mudguard hasn't been chopped up yet, and very tidy. I have ridden it. It's oh, hang on, this nonsense is going to talk to me. 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry about that little interlude, minor interruption. So yeah, in summary, the bike's really clean. The engine respray job has been done pretty poorly, but it could be worse. The rear shock is completely dead, so I've ridden it down the road and it's just very saggy at the rear and feels a lot like a chopper. So there's a Maxton rear shock in the old one, which we'll put in this one, make it handle 10 times better. The front feels fine, just pretty average front ends. And yeah, she's clean. She's not full of mayonnaise and blowing oil out of every hole she possesses. I will start it. Most important part of every bike review. Not much of a review though, is it? Ooh, neutral light doesn't work. Oh, it means I've got to do the... Right. What could possibly go wrong? It is a neutral. There we go. Yeah, 34,000 miles. I am just holding a little bit of throttle on it. Isn't that happy idling when it's cold? Yeah, it sounds fine. No cam chaininess, no knockiness. It's going to be just fine, this bike. Oh. And yeah, lovely colour. It's like a purpley grey. Clean brakes, clean engine. Not a lot of miles for these bikes, and yeah, it's another great tool. So I might do another video in a year or two's time and just show you how absolutely battered this bike is, because Adam can't look after himself, let alone a bike, and I think that would be funny to watch. Cheers for watching.